My name's Amanda Leins, and I'm an author with Stash Books. My book is called Wanderlust Quilts, 10 Modern Projects from Classic Art and Architecture. Classical art and architecture is the basis for a lot of great design work, and my book uses that as inspiration to guide you in your journey as you learn new skills and techniques to add to your quilting repertoire. One of the quilts that you see is in the book. It's called Eggs and Darts, and it is a award winner with NQA. It was received first place in the modern quilting category. This is in the book, and it teaches an applique technique, and I'm actually very proud of it. And you can learn how to adapt this to your own projects. Other quilts in the book range from traditional to improvisational, and they are a range of sizes. So you can have a number of different projects that would work for you, from small wall hangings to pillows to king-size bed quilts and bed runners. So there's something in it for everybody.
One of the quilts in the book is actually a wall hanging, and it is an art quilt wall hanging. What it is I show you how to take a small photograph and then, using ancient techniques, enlarge that photograph and create a template from which you can make your own art quilt. Now, this one is the interior of the Pantheon, and I also talk about how to piece large curves like this and how to line up your template so that you have a nice, accurate quilt at the end. I also teach more traditional piecing methods where we have mitered corners and inset seams. And I also have a range of improvisational quilts. Now, this one here actually teaches a couple of different things. I have a section on how to do curved binding, as well as how to cut very large wedges so that the edges are straight, and when you piece them together you don't have ripples. Throughout the book, I have little tips and techniques to help you along the way. One of the things that I talk about is how to use basic tools from the hardware store to create improvisational quilts. Now, here I have two different laser levels. Now, this one is a 90-degree angle, and you can see that it's one of the things that I use for when I trim the corners on my quilts. For the quilt that I showed called Flowing Fabric, I actually thought that it would be easier to cut these very long wedges using two laser levels. The reason you need two laser levels is so that you can create the shape and size of a wedge that you want for your quilt. Now, I liked to mix them up, so I had some that were very small, side by side, and I had some that were very wide. It's up to you. It's an improvisational quilt. You can make your own choices. What I did was I had them ironed and set on the floor, and then I started from the other direction and started cutting towards the level itself. And that way I was able to trace this long line, almost 7 feet, and have a very straight, even cut the entire way. Now, this made piecing much easier for me at the end because I wasn't working with an improvisationally cut line, and I didn't have any bows or ripples in my fabric at the end for quilting. I hope you think about using laser levels in your own work. They're a handy tool, and they're one that's readily available at any hardware store. If you're going to invest in any one, though, I really recommend a 90-degree angle. It makes a huge difference in being able to trim up a large quilt easily. Thanks for joining me. My name is Amanda Leins with Stash Books, and my book is Wanderlust Quilts.